Hi, you guys. How are you? It's me. I wanted to at least get a video out for you. I'm sorry. I am like way behind on what's going on around here. Yesterday, we had a giant kind of like ice melting water burst along our foundation into our basement. So it's been a big mess. And also, I know for me personally, I'm really still getting hammered hard by this Aquarius lunation. We're coming up to a full moon. And so I'm just kind of pacing myself in the background because I know that in the ways that I'm getting hit, it's obviously affecting me here at home, but it's also affecting kind of like my intuition and how I understand and think and reason and express and share information. So that's why I'm like kind of a little bit hesitant in the background as well. But thinking about you guys lots, there's so much news going on. Welcome, everybody. Welcome. For those of you that are new, I'm glad you found me. For those of you that are returning, glad that you're here. I will be back with a full moon chart that we will do. Okay? There is something on my mind I do want to talk about and do a reading on before it gets too far ahead of me. This guy, the Sergeant at Arms, Paul Irving, the guy that said he didn't like how the media handled his terminology about optics. Well, he should be worried about some other optics because it's not good. It's not good. Also, I do want to show you this little rose, this little plant that I got, who has had my attention, and I feel like she wants to say something. You can tell she has a bud here. But what I think is kind of cool because, there's not a lot of options in the middle of the winter to have planters. So she needed a bigger pot. So I used my aunt's wine glasses that she uses during the summertime for entertainment, these giant goblets. So she's been very happy here, and I just like that I can just, pick her up and bring her wherever. And she's growing this beautiful, beautiful bud. So we'll see when that opens up. But she was just asking, she just wanted everyone to see her work and what she's been doing. And she's going to open at the most exquisite time for all of you. So we'll just put her here. My dear Aunt Amelia, who she passed away in 2015. Yeah. So she just wants to say hi. She is the mother to Jason, my cousin Jason, who passed last year. But anyway, let's get to the cards, shall we? So I didn't get to watch all of the hearings about the January 6th insurrection. I was watching it on YouTube at 2 times the speed, so I got it through as much as I could, twice as fast. I was like, oh, I forgot about that. Oh, look at that Page of Pentacles. Not good news. Not good money news. So this guy, actually, no, I'm being told use this one because he's part of the crowd with this deck. You guys know this is my 2020 Don Julio deck with all the notes on it that have been fading away. It is still active in the background. So this guy, his name is Paul Irving. I didn't know who he was. I didn't know his history. But from the very first day, I didn't like him. You know how that goes. So, you know what, Tarot? Why is that? Why didn't I like him from the first time I learned about him? Paul Irving. Why didn't I like him? Because either he's working for the leadership of Russia, or because of Pelosi wanting his resignation. He got caught up. His warpath, his aggression, his letting this happen. Yeah, his failed. So for these guys, the star reversed. that whole environment of making things pretty hopeful at the Capitol. So yeah, because I felt like he was on the wrong side intuitively, I just didn't like him from the first day, but wanted to find out more about him. So here, this is what we found out about him, thanks to Eric Garland. So here's some of his history. In 1983, Amelia, I'm going to just push you over to the side for a little bit. She likes the spotlight. Okay, so in 1983, he was a clerk at the FBI. In 2003, part of the transition team for the White House. So I believe this was Bush's second term then, wasn't it? So he was assigned to the executive office of the White House during the transition from HHS. And then he was working for Secret Service. In 2008, he retired from the Secret Service. So Barack Obama won that election. And then from there, he went straight into the Command Consulting Group. There's a office in Washington, D.C., but he took the managing director position in Miami, Florida in 2008. And he was a president and managing partner. So, Darrow, can you just show me this Command Consulting Group? Show me the Command Consulting Group. Let's look at the Command Consulting Group. Command Consulting Group. Paul Irving. And how do they bridge to one another? Ooh, a Command Consulting Group. The King of Pentacles. So this consulting group is very valuable in its research and its acquisitions and its networks. The Command Consulting Group online, what we do, who we are, and our expertise, well, basically, they're about safety, security, and intelligence in the business of money, with the Washington, D.C. office and a Miami office that this guy from the Secret Service was in charge of starting in 2008. This is Command Consulting Group. So, usually this is my card for elections, spoiling elections. I feel like this is overcoming a traditional way of doing things, creating a disruption, and doing something else in a different way because they're covered with, the devil reversed. Aha. Releasing an old way of doing things for security and intelligence. Getting out of that business because maybe it's just something new, something better can happen. Well, what's this beneath it? Riots? Spies? Well, this makes me think there's more meddling going on than we realize. Covered in a new way of change. Changing things, upheaval. This is Paul Irving. So he's a master manipulator. And whatever they're doing, he is using his expertise to manipulate things. To create a bias in how they're using their intelligence and strategy. Command Consulting Group. 5 of Cups. I can't help it. I'm sorry. This is my China, North Korea, Russia card. And I just can't help it that's there, especially since they're in Miami. We're talking about 2008. And now we're looking at the Tea Party Patriots and that Tea Party movement. The Kochs, all of them. A new way of election interference. Oh, there's 2. So he links back then. We have the Queen of Wands. Queens are a nation, leadership, and trying to gain some influence and stability, bringing that back. There's no coincidence here. What's going on? because, so he, 2008, retired from that, and then in 2012, he became the House Sergeant again. And the Republican Party had the speakership. And maybe it was John Boehner at the time, maybe Paul Ryan no longer was the House Speaker. So he was brought on board now to do this. Then what happened in 2012 with Command Control Group, this Command CCG, Command Consulting Group, 2012, they registered as a foreign agent for the country of Panama. So now maybe thinking about the Panama Papers and the Paradise Papers. This is headed up. It was founded by these people, Bashan, Bingle, Hagen, Atkis. This guy, Bingle, brought us Kirsten Nielsen from HHS. They deal in safety, security, and intelligence. So, So 2008, he leaves to go there. 2012, they register as a foreign agent of Panama. What does Command Consulting Group now have to do? Why are they registering as a foreign agent of Panama? Why are they FARA? Why are you registering? Oh, Jesus. I'm going to put this one here. Paul, how do you relate to this firm registering FARA? Because you probably should have, but you didn't because you came to be the House of Sergeant, the Sergeant of Arms. But how do you relate to this declaring FARA for Panama as a foreign agent? Oh, God. The Seven of Pentacles. So the Seven of Pentacles is the investment. This is what I was seeing like with the Proud Boys and all the MAGAs and the Boogaloos. And they were consolidating together. And when they were approaching the Capitol for January 6th, this is cashing in on that investment of all of them for an attack. So, Command Consulting Group, registered FARA 2012, because this is a delicate balance that they have to keep and take, because we have the United States on the one hand, and now we have Panama on the other hand, and how we are going to snake our telecommunications in regard to that. Oh, I think I might have to go. The Hermit, surveilling on others. Investigation surveilling when it's a different country against another. It's inverted because that's like an op. And the Nine of Cups. This is usually the Trump campaign syndicate. Maybe it's the GOP crime syndicate. These are mobsters who are doing this around the world. And Paul Irving, the Nine of Wands, defenses. When the defenses are up, that's good. But this is bringing defenses down to infiltrate. The Eight of Cups, walking away or setting something up and coming back when defenses are down. The Five of Wands is fighting an insurrection reversed on January 6th. This is just beyond fighting. This is an attack. So Command Consulting Group has to do with foreign surveillance, elections, creating those scenarios. Paul Irving knows how to set this stuff up and manipulate and create a bias, in terms of like white supremacist nationalism. There we go. So I want to know, Tarot, Tarot, show me the plans for January 6th, the conspiracy. I want to see the conspiracy for January 6th. Show me the conspiracy to attack the Capitol. Transmitting information. The eminence. Donald is at the basis of this. He wants to be president. This is a conspiracy. What's crowning this conspiracy? The investment of the white nationalists, white supremacy, and letting them spill out over the Capitol and infiltrate. Because in the past, they had a lot of practice at this, like with the MAGA Million marches. There are mafiosos. There are attacks elsewhere, which has led to all that outrage. And we kept seeing it with every lunar cycle, how they kept going and going and going the setup, and we got exactly what they practiced. We're going to do it our way this time. We are going to take over. We're not going to have elections like we've been having elections. We want a coup. And we're going to manipulate it. This is a conspiracy. That looks like Paul Irving to me right there. So, Tarot, can you show me what Paul Irving was doing with this insurrection, with the conspiracy? What was his role? What was his role? What was Paul Irving's role? He got the news from outside, news within. This is usually news abroad for me, but he was the go-between from the inside and the outside. The foundation of this is the bias. These are the votes. These are the election. They want to overturn the election. Crowning Paul Irving. That's the Capitol, the Ten of Pentacles. It's crowning him, taking down the Capitol. Because in the past, MAGA. They've practiced this in the past, which is leading to what was his role with all this? So he coordinated the MAGAs. Oh, I'm just going to leave this here. And his job was to do what? Ultimately. So my no card is the person who's supposed to dispose of evidence, cover up, make things go away. So his role is to make sure that this whole plan is, telling people to cover things up, using brute force tactics to cover this up, and making sure people abide and are allegiant to that because they want this to end successfully. This is the end of the cycle. He was supposed to bring this to an end of the cycle, to overturn the election. That was his role for the Trump crime syndicate. Didn't go so well. So that's that. Yeah. This is for entertainment purposes only. We'll see you soon, you guys. Take care. Okay, bye. If you like this video, please, please, please click like. Thank you. Talk to you later. Bye.